Hello everyone. Thanks so much for choosing Jumbo Campers. This is a quick tutorial for this specific RV. This one is Freedom Elite, about 23 feet long. The height is about 12 feet. Remember, there's an air conditioner on top, so including the air conditioner. And the width is about 8.5 feet. It's a regular gas, so I'm going to quickly show you all the important features so that makes your trip easy. All right, let's go. Okay, so in 3-door you got these two keys. It is your key, so you have your side in 3-door keys, so this square one and circle one. So the square one goes on top, and then the circle one locks the bottom. Yep, that's that for that. And the other keys are this ignition key, this is the one. And then you got your compartment keys. Some of the compartments take this kind of keys, and then some of them take this kind. So those are your keys. So we're gonna do outside, and then we're gonna do after that inside. So you just open up, and then you have a secondary door, which is a nape, just like that. You can close this, open this, easy. And then from inside, when you open it, you just want to be able to lift up. As you can see the arrow, lift up, and you kind of have to push hard. Yeah, that's that. I recommend to lock the deadbolt, this one at least when you drive, so that the door doesn't just pop up on you, just in case. From inside, you can just lock this. So that's simple, the door. All right, so on this side, there's a small compartment. This is the key, this one. So what's in here? In here, yeah, in here that's where we keep the vacuum. And then if the campground offers you a coax cable for cable TV, the cable is here. And then there's some tools, screwdriver and some toolbox here, just in case if you wanna use if you wanna tighten something, just in case. All right, that's that. Here outside you have outlets to connect to. These are the outlets. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. And then you have outlets inside, but remember, for any outlets, roof air conditioner, television, and then your microwave. For these 4 things to work, you gotta be able to be plugged in at the campground, which is this RV is a 30 amp connection, so you gotta plug into the 30 amp plug, or you have to run the generator. The generator is basically is a built-in generator, so you have to run the generator or plug into electricity at the campground. So the generator works off of your 55-gallon gas tank. So as long as you have at least quarter full of gas, it will work. And then I'll show you how to turn it on on the inside tour. All right, so let's keep going on this side. We start from the passenger side. You have a nice backup camera for this RV. All right, another big compartment here. Let's open it up. So this one is this kind of key. You just have to align it to the hole and then just open it up. So in this compartment, this is where we keep your dump hose. Your dump hose is here to dump your gray and black tank. So your RV has 2 tanks. One, the black tank, that's just all the restroom. The restroom goes to the black tank, separate tank, about 25 gallon. And then your gray tank, which is the shower, the kitchen sink, hand wash sink, stuff like that, that goes on the gray tank, which is about about 25 gallon. But they all come from one. I don't know, yeah, they all come through here. So they all come through this exit. So when you want to dump, remember, when you come to your campground, all your connections are on the driver's side. Which are your connections? Your water connection, your dump connection, and your electricity connection. So they're all on the driver's side, so remember that. We're going to talk about those later. So all you have to do is just remove this cup, and then in here, the hose is in here. As you can see, it's in here. So the one which the side of the hose, which is just like this cup, you just latch it properly, securely. And then the other side of the hose, which is the one with an adapter kind of thing, that goes to the ground. So that goes to the ground. You see that the white one, that's less like an adapter, so that goes to the ground. So once you securely connect everything, then this your lever. So you see this one you pull it this way. That's for the black tank. Remember the one which is a little bit more inside, that's a black tank. You dump your black tank first, so you pull it that way about 3 inches, and then once you finish dumping that, you pull this lever, which is for your gray tank. You pull this one this way, well, for the gray. For the black, you pull it that way. So that's it. First you dump the black, and then you dump the gray. And then if you decide to park at the, if you're staying at the campground, leave the black valve closed so that the smell from the campground doesn't come up to the RV. But you can leave your gray tank open so that whenever you're washing, you know, taking shower or washing dishes, you always dumping. So that's one tip. All right, so that's your dump connection, easy. And then in this compartment, we have the propane stove. If you want to do outside cooking, you have Coleman propane stove. That's that. And then you have canisters. We provide you with canisters. Whenever you deal with the dump, you have gloves. We stack up gloves all the time. So that's that. And then it depends for how many people. If it's 4 people, 2 people, or 6 people maximum, we provide you chairs. So we have up to 6 chairs. These are the chairs, and then this is the table. Easy to put together table. That's that. All right, so, and then here's your water filter, and then where's the hose? I think it's in the bottom. Yeah. So just a second. So your hose is here, and then your water. This one is your filter. So the filter is connected with the pressure regulator. So I'll show you when it goes to the water connection side. I'll show you everything on that. All right. So next is this gasoline. As I said, it's a regular gas. So you can just fill it up. It's the size of 55 gallon. Here is your cable connection. If you the camp provider have a cable, this is where you plug the cable to get cable TV. And this is the queen bed. It's a slide out. This RV is a slide out. So you just press a button inside. Make sure the engine is not running. If the engine is running, this slide out bed doesn't come out. So you just press a button. It comes out about 4 feet out. So about 4 feet. So make sure you have a 4 feet clearance. There's no cars or trees or anything. And then you're ready to go to bed. So that's for that. And then before you start driving, don't forget to bring it back. All right, next is all right, this one. So here is where is your 40-gallon freshwater tank is. So we always give you a full tank of water, 40 gallon. It's in here. That's where you fill it up right here. And then the bottom one is the city water. This one is when you are at the campground. If they provide you with water, this way you connect the hose to this fill. So you connect the hose to here, and then that means you're not using your 40-gallon fresh water in here. You're using the campground water. So you have natural pressure. So just turn on the faucet, and you have unlimited water from there. But if you want to fill up the tank whenever you run out of this 40-gallon, by the way, if you want to use this water here, you gotta turn on the water pump from inside. Because otherwise you cannot pump water from this for flushing toilet, for washing dishes, taking shower. You need the water pump switch. Turn it on, then you can use this water. But if you connect it to this city water, you don't need to turn on the water pump switch because you have natural pressure for the city water, for the campground. So you don't need water pump switch for that one. But for this one, definitely need water pump switch. So that's that. And how you connect it is basically this is the setup. So as you can see, the filter. This is the filter. So the arrow, you see the arrow pointing that direction. So that's the direction that you're supposed to connect the filter. So the arrow should be towards the RV. So the first one is your pressure regulator. This one, pressure regulator, so it protects the RV from high pressure. So like this, you connect this to the campground faucet. So connect this to the campground faucet, and then over here you connect the hose. Connect this hose, and then the other side of the hose, the end of the hose, you can just remove this here, and then you just tight it here. And then whenever you have leaks, wherever, either from this side or from this side, we provide you Teflon tape so you can prevent leaks. So that's very simple. That's how you connect your water. So that's that. All right, and then we also provide you with labeling blocks. Now we upgraded to a newer kind, but this is the one that we had before. But the newer kinds, all you have to do is just let's say you're not labeled. Let's say you are the place where you park is not labeled, and you want to make the RV better, you know, so you can feel comfortable inside. Make sure you put those labelers, one each for the rear tires, because the rear tires, as you can see, they're double tires. So make sure you put those labelers on the back or on the front, one each for each tire, and then one on the front. It depends how you want to label, so you can drive up on them or back up on them. Or if you only need for the front 2 tires, you can just put one in front of the front tire, both tires, and then drive up on it. So that's how you can basically balance, label your RV. All right, so that's that. Next is, this is your 30 amp shore power connection. So again, let's open it up. Yep, and then these things, you just open this up, and then this one will, let me show you, you can hold, this will hold the door for you. So as you can see, the shore power is here. It's about 25-foot long cord. Just take it out and then plug it to the 30 amp. So before you plug to the campground, make sure the campground switch is turned off, and then just yeah, the 30 amp is always 3 prongs. They have another one, they have 50, they have option for 50 and 30 at the campground, but this RV is 30, so you plug it to the 30 and then turn on the switch from there. Yeah, and then you can be able to use air conditioner, microwave, TV, and then wall outlets without needing the generator. Yep, so that's basically best option if you can that, so you don't have to use generator. Yep, so that's where it sits here. Just pull it out and then plug it in there, and when you finish, just roll it back and put it here. Just the way you see, you don't have to plug it back. Some of RVs you have to plug them back here, but not this model. You don't have to plug it back. So that's the electric connection. All right, and then we'll lock it up, and then here is the generator. You don't need to do anything on this side. As you can see, the exhaust is sticking out. That's the generator. You don't need to do anything. We just do the service on this side for only service. You just press a button inside. I'll show you how it works, and then that's how you get generator. But remember, don't go to sleep while generator is running, because this fume is not good. It's kind of risky for health. So don't go to sleep if generator is running. Yep. All right, next. All right, so we almost to the driver's side door. So there's 2 more compartments here. So this one is your propane tank. So your propane tank, as you can see, is filled up, it's full. So what is propane, right? Propane is for anything to do with your cooking and heating stuff. So your stove is propane for cooking. Your water heater, which is this one to heat up your 40-gallon tank, that's propane. Your thermostat, if it gets cold at night, you're gonna turn on the thermostat, that's propane. And then one more thing, your refrigerator is propane. Right now, since we are in just in the middle of parking lot, we're not connected to any electricity shore power, so refrigerator is also using propane. But the only thing about refrigerator is when you plug into 30 amp at the campground, it will switch to electricity automatically. So then you're not using that. But anything to do with your heating and cooking is propane. All right, so and then whenever you see your propane going down to 1/4, this will last you basically for a week or 2. It's pretty big tank, so the most thing that takes propane is the thermostat, the heater. So summertime, you're barely using much. But yeah, it will last you for a couple of weeks. But if you happen to see, go to 1/4, you go to a professional, where many truck stops have a propane refill, and then many RV parks have a propane refill. So you just you get that filled up. Their professional has to fill it up for you. All right, that's that. Okay, next is your water heater. This is also water heater. So basically, if you need to heat up your water, make sure you have at least half a tank of fresh water. Don't be on empty on your fresh water and turning on the water heater, because it's going to damage the water heater. So make sure you have at least half tank of water, and then you just press a button inside, and it's supposed to ignite. So I'll just open it up to show you. You don't have to open anything here, but just in case. So this is how it looks like. And then once you press the button inside, the igniter here is supposed to ignite, and you can hear propane burning, and it's going to be hot. So that's how it works. But just in case, when you press the button inside, if it didn't turn on, another step you can do is come outside, and as you can see, this thing is locked right now, right? So to open it up, you just align it like that, and then you just come down, and then open the door. It helps the airflow going. So just turn on the switch again, and then you give it a few seconds, and then having the door open sorry, some loud cars. Having the door open helps airflow, so that helps you to turn on the propane. So once it's on, give it about 10 minutes, and then you test the water, and I think it takes about 10 minutes to heat up the water, and then you can take a shower. All right, and then to close it, just close it like this, and then this thing, you have to pull it towards you. Pull it towards you, and then latch it. Very easy. You have to pull it, So that's that. And next, yeah, all these vehicles are GPS tracked, so that's for our safety. All right, next is, yeah, if you happen to go through a tunnel, this mirror, you can fold it up like that. You can fold it if you go through a tunnel. Yeah, that's for safety. All right, and then we'll almost finish with the outside tour. And then just remember, this is fiberglass. These RVs are made of fiberglass. So just watch out for tree branches. They're the worst for RVs. I mean, they, you know, so if you happen to see tree branches, don't go under them or try to avoid them so that you don't hit many things, antenna and air conditioner and all that in the roof on top. So also the, you know, this easy to get, you know, the tree branches are easy to damage this fiberglass. So that, if you do that, you'll be safe and good. All right, so we're done for the outside. And now we're gonna do the inside.